All right, rise and shine, everyone. It is 6:01 here on your Monday morning. Hope you all out there had a wonderful weekend. Time to get back after it. Jason and Alicia here with you.
Yeah, full week ahead, and we're going to be all over the place. Get ready, strap into the roller coaster, John, because we're starting with 60, and then we're going to drop.
This is a crazy week when you look at temperatures, and also tough for parents, kiddos. How do you dress this? You want to have something, if you're going jacket, you got to have something underneath it that's more spring-like, because it's going to be in the 60s. Even by the end of the bus stop forecast, we're already at 40. Sweatshirt might be good enough. We've warmed 5 degrees in the past 2 hours. The sun hasn't even come up yet, and we're warming. That's because that warm front is pulling through. We're pushing off the 20s now, welcoming in the 30s this morning. So we're kind of getting ready to launch into the afternoon. What is going to help us launch? It's these winds. Winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour, straight south here when you get to Moorhead, and you see those winds. We're going to catch those in the afternoon. This is the warm front. You can actually see the warm front with a little flurry activity. It's not going to cause much issues. Most of this is north on the Iron Range right now. So we're going to get to 60 and then drop 50 degrees. We're going to track it in your forecast.
John, thank you. Let's give you a look at the roads. It's been quiet for your morning commute. No crashes or delays. We do have some construction work kicking off tonight near the airport on 494 eastbound. I'll be talking about that and have a breakdown coming up in just a few minutes. Well, now to that breaking news from overnight. Police in Minneapolis are now investigating a second robbery spree in the last 24 hours.
We confirmed this with Police Chief Brian O'Hara just a few hours ago. So take a look at this map here. You can see 14 incidents in total spanning from South Minneapolis to Northeast, and many of them happened at gunpoint. Michelle is live at police headquarters with new details on what happened in this latest round of robberies. Michelle.
Yeah, the police chief calls these suspects kids. 3 of them arrested last night. Police are still looking for 2 more. Take a look at your screen right here. That's how it ended. One of the suspects had crashed a stolen car. Within about 10 minutes Sunday night, there were 4 robberies, 2 of them at gunpoint. And by that time, the suspects had moved from South Minneapolis to Northeast. It was at that first location around 8:30 p.m. 4 other robberies were reported, but this time all of them were at gunpoint. The scary moments there unfolded within 15 minutes, and while that's fast, the chief says it's important people report anything suspicious.
One thing that we have seen during the course of this spree is some of these kids have circled an area looking for victims. So if people are able to call that in to us, which they have during the course of this, that helps us try and get ahead of it and locate them.
And the chief says that the victims from yesterday night's 8 total robberies are doing okay. They were not hurt. In 30 minutes, I'll tell you how police officers say that they used their robbery response protocol and how that all worked out. Jason, Alicia.
All right, Michelle Beck reporting live for us this morning. Thank you. It is no doubt going to be an emotional next few days in Burnsville. There's several events starting up today, leading up to the final goodbye for officers Paul Elmstrand and Matthew Ruge and firefighter paramedic Adam Finseth. Tonight, several Burnsville churches are coming together for a community prayer. It's at the Ames Center at 6:30. Grief counselors will be on hand as well. And then at 6 tonight, Buck Hill is raising money for the victims' families and other first responders. There'll be snow tubing and food. The slide for support runs until 10 p.m.
This all comes as the community spent the last 48 hours honoring the 3 men in various ways. This is video from a convoy for them on Saturday ahead of a private service. Organizers expected about 50 people, but they say 2,000 people showed up to pay their respects, whether they knew these fallen men personally or not. And this is video within the last 10 hours of a celebration of life for Paul Elmstrand in his hometown of Cambridge. Family, friends, first responders, and those who wanted to pay tribute to Elmstrand all gathered. At one point during the 2-hour ceremony, the crowd gave a standing ovation to all of the first responders in attendance. Many people sharing what made Elmstrand special.
A little over 2 years ago, Paul became a father to Maria. And then Mateo a short 5 months ago. From the first moments, Paul was smitten.
Paul gave us so much and asked so little of us.
And we're hearing from the wife of firefighter paramedic Adam Finseth for the first time. In a statement, Tara Finseth wrote, saying her family is devastated is an understatement. They're broken. She went on to say Adam's smile, contagious laugh, and personality will be missed. And our forever hero is no longer with us. His soul will live on through me, his children, family, friends, and community. On Wednesday, the public is invited to a memorial for all three men. It will be at Grace Church in Eden Prairie at 11 a.m.
Time now 6:06. More of your headlines this morning. Just hours from now, one of the brothers charged in the Coon Rapids triple homicide will make his first appearance in court. 31-year-old brother Demetrius Shumpert is facing second-degree murder charges. According to the criminal complaint, surveillance video caught him and his brother, 19-year-old Malik Shumpert, taking part in the killings. Investigators believe 37-year-old Alonzo Mingo is the leader of the operation. An exact motive for the killings is unclear, but search warrants indicate one of the victims was being investigated for alleged drug trafficking.
I'm Lou Bragoose. A prison inmate convicted in a high-profile double murder in Minneapolis in 2008 when he was 16 years old is now eligible for parole thanks to a court ruling and a new Minnesota law. Brian Flowers and a friend were convicted of killing Katricia Daniels and her 10-year-old son Robert and initially sentenced to life in prison without parole. But the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that juveniles must receive the possibility of parole, and last year the Minnesota legislature changed the timeline for when they become eligible for early release. It's now after 15 years in prison instead of 30. So in July, Flowers and up to 79 other inmates in the same situation can begin pleading their case to be released from prison.
All right, time 6:07. Now to the latest in the race for president. Right now, GOP hopeful Nikki Haley is in Michigan before making her way to Minnesota today. The former UN ambassador and South Carolina governor is holding a campaign event in Bloomington this evening. It's part of a cross-country blitz with stops in 7 states ahead of Michigan's primary tomorrow and then Super Tuesday next week. That's when voters here in Minnesota and 15 other states will cast their ballots. Haley's campaign stop is happening less than 36 hours after losing to former President Donald Trump in her home state's Republican primary. He took home another sweeping victory with nearly 60% of the vote. He now has over 100 delegates. On Super Tuesday, more than 870 delegates are at stake.
And sticking with politics here, this just into our newsroom, we've learned that Ronna McDaniel is resigning as the chairwoman of the Republican National Committee. This comes after former President Donald Trump endorsed a new slate of leaders to direct the party. McDaniel, who has been the chairwoman for the last 7 years, will step down next month. Turning now to St. Paul, where in less than 5 hours, a union representing essential workers in the Twin Cities will announce the starting date of a potential strike. This comes after members of the SEIU Local 26 voted earlier this month to authorize a strike. Among their demands for the nearly 8,000 workers, that includes janitors and security officers, is higher wages and retirement security.
This morning,